Do you mind if I just sit on the stage? I don't really want to. Arbitrary. That makes it worse. I don't know why I'm so nervous, but I just want to share a little bit about myself and why I wrote this letter. Son, just put the camera down, not so big. Good angles, thank you. So a little bit about me. I am a mum of 5 children. I also have a grandchild as well. But before I got to this, I want to share with you a little bit of my story and how I came to writing this letter. So, very, very quick synopsis of my story. I grew up in care from the age of 3 to 16. And I think my first traumatic experience of a man was the kind of preconceived ideas that I had of my father not being the superhero that I aspired him to be. And then I think through that and through the lack of my father's love, although he was there, every came home he would visit me, I kind of felt as though there was something missing, and I had this expectation that I just wanted him to be the superhero, and he didn't come to rescue me of no fault of his own. As I grew up, I ended up having my first child very young. I got pregnant 2 times before then, and I became a teen mom at the age of 16. I'll be just very brief. I had 2 traumatic relationships which were quite violent, and just ended up suddenly being a single mom of 5 children alone. And I remember the day like it was yesterday, and when I was pregnant with my 5th son, God said to me, "You're going to do it alone, but you're not going to do it alone." And since then, to God be the glory, just everything has been great. Now, I want to help you to understand why I've written this letter, and more so that it's about me sharing my story, but more about how I've got to understand the black man, and just to point my hands up and say that obviously I'm not totally innocent. But this is just a launch of my story, so I'm just going to share the letter very quickly. And please keep me in prayer as I do so. So, apology to black men. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't really know how to love you well. I'm sorry I saw you in the eyes of my father, my ex, my favorite show, or even my favorite preacher or teacher. I'm sorry for the expectations I put on you because of the lack of information I had about men. I'm sorry this filtered down to you. I'm sorry for the times I saw you were at your lowest, but my expectations of culture made me think you had to be the strongest. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the times I spoke down to you and caused you to feel insignificant and incomplete. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the times I caused you to feel like you weren't man enough with my words or my body language. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the time I had the audacity to make comparisons to other brothers I really knew nothing about. I'm sorry. I want you to know I'm not making excuses. However, I want to bring you on a journey of why my actions were out of sync. It wasn't that I hated you or hated men, but more for the fact that I didn't understand the man and how significant he was in my life, as the image of a man was never really in my sight. I want you to know that every time I told you to go away, what I really meant was stay. And yet in my twisted mind, I was holding on to the true words that I wanted to say was that I need you. I was triggered by the past and scarred by the pain that it hardened my heart and couldn't melt the trauma away. I would go in my garden of shame, romanticizing, he loves me not. Marking off on my calendar, measuring the good days, versing them with the bad days. I was so consumed by my own thoughts of who you should be, I forgot to love you unconditionally. I lost my sense of gentleness because all I knew was independent, yeah, no make no man take you for idiot. Yet, a still small voice would always realign my mind, body and soul back to loving you. So I ask you, my love, bear with me as I sift through the hurdles of representing thou art the man in my life, love and legacy of you. I'm sorry I didn't realize that the unlocking of your heart was through vulnerability, love and respect. King, please take your rightful place back in my heart.